I almost forgot. I'm glad I remembered.
It's all good. You got a fight going on this week. Talk us through that fight that you got going.
Yeah, I got a fight August 5th in my hometown at Coppin State University.
Okay, what's it like to be back home and being on this card? You got some teammates on the card. What's this opportunity like?
Uh, it's a great opportunity. We get to showcase our talents at home in front of our family and fans. 'Cause we don't usually had a chance to do that. We always fighting away, out of town. So it's really exciting.
Do some of the younger fighters like Damari and these are they looking up to you as like one of the veteran fighters because you have the most experience of like a lot of the people I'd assume in the gym?
Yeah, they are looking up to me. Some of the stuff that we did this week was new to them, like the media workout and the interview. So they was asking me questions like, "How do it work?" And I was, letting them know. But yeah, they definitely looking up to me, and that's why I got to make sure that I'm on my A game because I know that they're looking up to me.
How does that feel to be a role model for not just young people but people in your gym for this process?
It feels great because now I see how it feels for the people that I was looking up to. So it's a good moment for us right now.
You can say that again. You're probably one of the most relevant gyms in the world. It's
Yeah,
you're
most
meant
definitely.
it's like yeah, I mean, there's people in countries you've never heard of that are wishing that they could be a fly in the wall at your gym.
Yeah,
I mean,
for
that's
sure.
pretty cool. You're you're riding a two-fight knockout streak. What changed since losing that one fight? Like what sparked a change in you? Did anything change? What's different?
My mental, I would say. Me taking that L, it made me go harder. I would say, even though I took the L wasn't from the fight. I was going through some things at the time with my family, but it made my mental strong. I would say, staying focused and not being sidetracked. And I would say that. Can you hear me? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're still here. You're just
Uh,
popular. So we
um,
understand. So
yeah. What I was saying. Yeah, but yeah. It made my mental stronger. Not being sidetracked. You know, making sure that I stay focused. That's all.
I'm curious about the weight class because you lost at lightweight. You're going back to 130. Do you think
Hmm.
130 is a more suitable weight class for you currently?
Yes, I'm actually thinking about going down to 126 because I make 130 so easy. So I'm gonna go down to 126.
Okay, that's a good division, and those belts are probably going to open up because I think Serrano has most of them, and she's probably not going to be fighting that much longer.
Yeah. Um, I like to watch Serrano. She's tough, you know. So she's a great fighter though. But is she at 130 or 135?
I mean, it gets confusing for me, and I do this for a living because she's fought at
Hmm.
basically every single division over the past five
Yeah,
to
like
6 years. So I never really
yeah.
know. Like she fought Katie Taylor at 35, but I think her fight tomorrow is at 26. But I'm not sure until I get a bout sheet. So she's one of those fighters where I never know where she's fighting.
Right. But yeah, she fought at 26, 30, and 35, I believe.
I think
But
she
yeah,
fought at
she's
like
a she's a great
112.
fighter.
I think she fought at
Yeah,
112
she
or 115.
yeah, she fought yeah. I like Serrano though. She's tough
Yeah, I mean she's definitely like a legend of women's boxing that like when she's gone,
for
people
sure.
will probably appreciate what she contributed more than like right now. What are kind of your inspirations and goals at this current moment for yourself as a young women's boxing star?
I feel like up and coming. Of course we still all have work to we still have things to work on, but right now I feel like I'm up and coming. It should be looking out for me. A lot of them know who I am already. So just be on the lookout.
Well, you're a staple of every Tank fight because I always love seeing you with the belt. So it's like the walk to the
Yeah.
ring with Tank. It's like, where is it? Okay, there's the belt, seeing you. And I always
Yeah.
like that about Tank, that you see the same people with Tank. It's Coach Calvin, it's Coach Kenny, it's you. You don't see it's
Yeah.
really cool to, and I think you fit into that. And I think when it's ready to be your time will happen. And then people will look
Most
back and
definitely.
go, oh, I didn't realize that was happening.
Yep. That's how we plan it for it to go to, just me standing in the spotlight with Tank so people can get familiar with my face. And it's been working, so we're gonna keep doing it.
How I know I always ask you this because Tank is such a big star, but how crazy is it that you've known him his whole life basically, and to see how big of a star he is and to watch that right next, like through the whole experience, you've witnessed it every moment. How crazy has that been?
It's super crazy because I watched him come from nothing, literally. Like I watched him come from nothing, and just to see him be able to succeed in everything that he wanted in life, it shows me that it's possible.
Very much so. And I think we got Coach Kenny coming in hot probably. This will be a okay. But yeah, I mean, I think that's the how are you doing, Coach Kenny? Hello?
He
Oh,
probably don't have his mic and camera on.
yeah, the ear, whatever. But we'll just keep going. I think that it's hard for the listeners to fathom that everyone came from the ground up, and that you've
Hmm.
basically witnessed a superstar, an American superstar from your
Yep.
childhood. I guess what I'll say, I'll
Yep.
ask you a question instead of a stupid statement. Um, how inspiring is that to you, knowing that it's possible?
It's very inspiring. Because he opened the doors for me. So it wouldn't be I would say it wouldn't be as hard for me as it was for him because he opened the doors for me to, he made that path. And not just for me, but for the ones that's coming up behind me also. It's not just me coming up behind Tank, it's a whole stable of us. So it's inspiring, man, just to see that it's possible. And he helping the ones that's coming up behind him. That's all.
Coach Kenny, I want to say hello and thank you for your
Hey, how
time.
you doing?
I'm just
How you doing?
bald guy sitting here, talking boxing with people, but I'm excited about these fights. Can you give
Really,
us like
bro.
an update on these big fights that are happening Saturday? Sell us like a good pro wrestling promoter or something. Get us excited.
Oh man, it's a house full, man. We got a few debuts coming up. We got Filton. He's fighting his debut. We have Raphael fighting his debut. We have Twin fighting his debut. We have Miz fighting for her first professional belt. We have Crowder fighting for the WBA. So there's a whole host of fighters fighting, man. We just gonna come out and have a good time.
Yeah, Dominic Dimes. I haven't heard that name in a while, but what I didn't know this was
15 and
for
0.
oh, this was for a belt. Both of you talk
Yes.
about this belt and the consequence. That's
Yeah, I forgot to
history.
mention it. I
What
forgot
Yeah.
to mention it.
Yeah. Miz fighting for the NBA. It's a smaller version of the WBA. It's one of the smaller belts you get, to get you ranked. You know what I mean?
it still means something because there's a lot of
Yes.
people that are
Yes.
fighting on
It
club
means a lot.
shows, that are never going to fight for that. And I get what
Yes.
you're saying. You're playing the sanctioning body game and you're trying to get the leverage to get it. But this is a
Exactly.
step up.
It's a big step up. It's huge. So God is the best of planners.
That's right. So what do you think about this title fight?
Um, you talking about Mia?
Yeah, well, I mean, both of you guys, both. I want both
I'm
of y'all
happy,
to
man.
jump
I
in.
mean,
Yeah. I'm
I'm happy.
excited
It
because
just
because to be honest, this was supposed to happen almost a year ago, and it's just been trials and tribulations and never happened. So now we finally getting it off in my hometown.
And that's like I said, God is the best of plans. There's a reason why it didn't happen a year ago, and now it's happening here in Baltimore, our hometown. So I'm excited. You know what I mean? We're looking forward to, put on a great show.
How meaningful would that be to win a belt in Baltimore? Bunch of fans out there that you've known going crazy. What would the meaning for both of you be for that?
For me, we showing the youth that's coming behind us, and other families that if you stick together, stay focused, stay dedicated, not just with boxing, but anything you do in life, it can come reality. You know what I mean? Because when you watch TV, I don't supposed to exist. A black father at home, we don't exist on TV. You know what I mean? Like we used to. So that's just letting the black families know we can do it if we stick together. You know what I mean?
Mia, what would it mean to you?
For me, I'm just so excited because it's not even just about me. It's about my family. It's about my whole city. You know, that's why I'm happy that I'm happy that we able to do it in my hometown because I always say it's not just about me. I got so many people looking up to me and supporting me, and I think it was best for me to do it at home.
Beautiful. How has it been, the evolving of the coaching relationship while being family? How has that evolved over time?
Well, when I'm in the gym, I'm coach. When I'm home, I'm dad. I don't stress her out with box. We watch fights together, but I don't stress her out when we home because it's her downtime. The weekend, she go out with her friends and stuff, or she'll hang out with mom or the sisters. But when she was younger, I would do some things with her on the weekend. But now that she's older, she understands the sport more, and she's disciplined. She can take on the responsibilities herself now. So at home, I'm just dad.
On my end, he dead in the gym too. Like it ain't no it ain't no coach time and dad time. He dead at the gym too. Of course he pushed me in the gym, making sure I do what I'm supposed to be doing, but he dead in the gym also. It ain't just at home.
I gotta ask you this, Mia. How does it feel that your dad's one of the greatest trainers of this generation? Like in seriousness, Tank's one of the greatest fighters of this era. Your dad's one of the greatest trainers of this era. What does that feel like? And what do you want to do on your own end to kind of further that legacy?
I'm happy like it's me because I don't watch him, go through so much just to be in this position. So I'm happy that he finally got what he wished for. That's all.
Coach Kenny, how does it feel to be in the position you're in right now?
I feel the same. One thing about me, I don't ever go Hollywood. My number is the same for the last 15, 20 years. If you could have called me yesterday, you could call me today. So I'm the same person. But I'm happy to be in a position though. But I'm the same person.
I'm working on going Hollywood. I've been keeping it real too long. I think this year I'm going to change my number. Some people, you can't get a hold of me. Coach Kenny, I got to ask you one gossipy question. Then I'm done with the gossip. Can we get any information about Tank, just like how he's doing? Just any little bit, because he's one of the best fighters in the world. So any little bit of information, people are going to be right up on the edge of their seat to hear all that stuff.
Tank is doing the opposite of what the media is saying. He's doing great. Tank is doing good, man. He's back in the gym. He didn't turn it up yet, but he's in the gym, and we just waiting on that call so we can turn it up.
Okay,
but he's doing.
Well, I'm glad to hear that he's doing good, because I want to see all these young fighters go to the maximum of their potential.
Exactly, we all do. But yes, Tank is doing real good, man. I talked to him earlier today. He was playing a video game.
What is he? Call of Duty? Give us the Tank intel.
Call of Duty. I think it was Call of Duty. Yeah. Yeah, he was playing Call of Duty earlier. Yeah.
I was in a fighter meeting once, and this will probably crack both of you up. There was a fighter, and he was like, I'm pretty good with the boxers, but the 13 to 16-year-olds beat me every day. He said,
Oh man, we got some tough kids down here, man.
So Mia, what kind of performance do you want to put on in this fight to kind of get where you want to go? Like, are you thinking of a specific performance? Do you visualize? What would you like out of this?
Right now, I'm focused on just getting in there and having fun. I don't want to get it over too early. I'm home. I want to show off a little bit. So, my last sparring, that's what I was working on, just having fun. Just trying to have fun while I'm in the ring. Not overthinking. Just trying to put on the show for my city.
And have you visualized what that walkout's going to be like? Because I'm not going to be there. I wish I could be there. I love the DMV area, but I imagine there's going to be a lot of energy for, especially when you're walking out. Have you visualized how that's going to feel when you go to the ring?
Yeah, my walkout was supposed to be crazy, but right now I might be changing it up a little bit. But if I don't change it, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be fire.
Okay. And then I got to ask both of you, how do you deal with the anxiety before you go to the ring? Because that's a part of this game. There's not one fighter that doesn't get a little bit nervous. Can you talk me through some of what you feel in that locker room, and maybe also Coach Kenny, do you pick up on anything and how you kind of coach through that for just educational purposes?
If I feel like she's nervous or something, I kind of like, keep her mind off the certain things. I'll talk to her. We joke, keep her mind off the actual fight until it's time to walk out. And I know once she hit the mitts and stuff and get into that zone, she's good. But before then, we just sit back in the dressing room and kick it, have fun, talk, laugh. You know what I mean? But when it's time to suit up, we know it's time to go. It's natural for everybody to have some type of butterflies, but you learn how to channel that butterflies and make it just strength and not a weakness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you put a rat in a corner, he gonna jump on you. So we kind of learn how to channel that. It's not fear, it's strength.
I was telling either Damari or Too Sharp, if you don't have any nerves, you're probably gonna get beat up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Everybody, I don't care what nobody say. Every fighter is nervous at some point. It could be weigh-in day, or it don't matter. They nervous at some point.
I just from my limited experience in boxing, the worst type of nervous is you're not nervous walking in the ring, you're nervous in the ring because something's happening that you didn't expect. That's the worst type of nervous. So I'd rather feel it in
the yeah. I'm usually, like you said, I'm usually nervous in the locker room, but once I start hitting the mitts and got my music going, I'm good.
Okay. And how many rounds is this fight?
6 rounds. This is my last 6 rounder.
So you're going to 8. Okay. Going to 8 after this one. Okay. And I imagine you're probably, if everything goes well, you might be on a high profile card possibly to end the year. I don't know anything, but I'm just going to take a hypothesis and say you might end up on like a really good card later this year.
Of course, especially if Tank getting back in the ring this year, I'm on that.
Okay, that's beautiful to hear. Coach Kenny, you got anything else you want to say? Because I'm kind of running out of my questions. I'm getting hungry. I want to eat dinner.
Once we capture this belt, we moving on opportunities. It's not going to be a lot of time in between our fights. If the opportunity's right and the money right, we're going to take some of the fights that we turned down in the past. You know what I mean? Because time is now.
So
Mia's she's 23 years old and she's fighting her last 6 rounds. We're going to move on to 8. So time is now.
Okay, so basically the goal, the takeaway I'm hearing is staying extremely active. This is going to be a good performance, and then after this, it's basically whenever the phone rings, if it makes sense, if it's a good opportunity, you're jumping on it.
Yeah, we're jumping on it.
Let me ask you this: do you got your passports?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I had mine since 2017.
Okay,
Yeah, I
because
got my passport.
because we might have some people listening from the UK that might be hearing this, so I just want to inform them that you do
We
have a
want the smoke. UK, if you watching, we want the smoke.
Yeah.
they
They know
don't
who I am moving into.
they don't have a good track record against US fighters. Like I'm not trying to name call, but it kind of feels like when our US fighters go over there and it's an elite one, they don't really do too well. That's just an observation.
Exactly.
But okay, well, I wish you the best. Is there any way that people can support this show or support your career moving forward so this can be the biggest success it can be through me helping you guys by an interview?
For any updates, you can follow me on Instagram at MiaKillerB1. If you're in the city of Baltimore on Saturday, try to come through. If not, you can live stream it.
And how much is the live stream?
I'm not even sure how much it is.
Okay, there we go. And Coach Kenny, any final thoughts?
If you're in Baltimore, the DMV area tomorrow, come past the Shake and Bake skating ring on Pennsylvania Avenue in Baltimore. Just Google Shake and Bake, and we there at 3:00 with the weigh-in.
Okay, and hopefully everybody makes weight. There's nothing worse than somebody missing weight. That's
why I'm in the gym now. I just checked all my guys, and we on point.
okay.
Yeah, we good.
Well, sometimes it's those opponents, sometimes it's the B-side guys,
Yeah.
they show up and,
B-side.
I once saw a guy that said he was a lightweight and he looked like me. I'm like, wait, how are you going to cut weight in 24 hours? You're like 170, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I get it. I wish both of you all the best, and I can't wait to see your continued success on big platforms moving forward.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Greatly appreciate it.